Hey guys, this is Eskimo Poodle, and we're back to Let's Play Dark Souls Remastered on the PC. Last time, we got our asses handed to us by Havel, repeatedly, and that was really fun. But then we finally beat him, and now we're going to finally head into Sen's Fortress, aka the House of 1,000 Traps. As far as I know, Sen means 1,000 in Japanese, so yeah, it's a play on words of lots and lots of traps. So, prepare to die. A lot. I went ahead and put on the rusted iron ring, since if we fall down to a certain area, we're going to need it. So I went and put that on instead of the dark moon seance ring, so I don't think we actually need the dark moon seance ring at the moment. Let's also go ahead and pop our souls here. Mainly to buy a few minor things. I don't think we have enough for a level, since we need like 30,000 or something. Alright, Andre.
Well, hello again. You seem to need any.
Okay, we can make that a divine wing spear, but we have other stuff to do. So let's not. Okay, let me see here. We have the bandit's knife. We have our bows. Black bow, which we can't use since we don't have 18 dexterity. We have the longbow, which I think is going to be our best overall bet. Unless he sells a better bow, which I don't think he does. Yeah, he doesn't. Alright, so first off, let's just buy some arrows, just to have them. I don't think we're going to need that many. Do I even need the large? Yeah, let's just go with the standard. Actually, hang on. What do I have equipped?
Be careful.
Go away. Standard, okay. That's what I thought I had. We could get feather, but actually, feather is slightly stronger. And I think it has a slightly longer range, too.
Well, you need it.
I don't remember where to buy him, though. I don't think he sells them here, does he? Yeah, I don't think he sells them. Okay, so let's just grab. Sure, why not just grab 300? Just for shits and giggles. There we go. And let's go ahead and reinforce our longbow just a little bit here, just for some extra damage. We're not going to be using it too much. We're mainly going to still rely on our spells and whatnot, but the extra, there will be a few spots where the longbow is going to come in handy, so we might as well just get it ready. I guess we could buy a few Titanite shards here, just to get that last level. So I don't know if we have. Go away, foot. I don't know if we have the chunks to upgrade it, or the large shards. No, we do not. Okay, that's fine. We could reinforce our armor, the sealer set, because it has the best overall defenses at the moment. And it wouldn't be that big of an upgrade, but it would be something. I mean, I don't think we would ever get any pose out of it, since the vast majority of light sets do not have any pose. But it would end up being decent. But I'm going to look into that a little more off-screen before I make a final decision on that. Everything's repaired.
I know little of the dark.
And we already talked to you about that. Okay.
Don't get yourself killed. Neither of us.
Alright. I do have the talismans equipped, so we can cast our lightning spear if we need to. We have our basic spells. I'm not going to have the regular soul arrow because we don't need it at this point, I don't think. Other than that, yeah, I think we're good to go. Alright, and yeah, I think we should be good to go. Let's start with Great Soul Arrow as our default, and let's get going. We have our 20 flasks, which again isn't necessary, but it's going to be helpful, just so we have more opportunities to heal. Which in my book is always a good thing, since I like being alive and not dying. Well, my throat would disagree, but screw you, throat. Go away. Let's go ahead and actually get our lightning spear ready, because, yeah, there's something that I forgot about here. Sen's Fortress. You see these? These are pressure plates. You step on the pressure plates, you get shot. Here, okay. Yeah, so a nice little tactic here is we run in here, we see these serpent men, and then we run around this way, and well, usually we can finagle them into the trap there, and then we don't take any damage. Yeah, these guys are weak to lightning, so that's good. Unfortunately, we only have so many casts of our lightning spear, so oh well. I'm not sure how well magic does against them. But these guys have reasonably good physical defense and a solid chunk of HP. Not like a massive chunk, but enough to be mildly irritating at the very least. And yeah, there's where the trap springs from right there. So if you can actually get them to come in a straight line, you can grab this and then possibly roll out of the way real fast. And if all three manage to hit one of those serpent dudes, that'll usually kill him. At least on New Game. I don't know about New Game Plus or higher. And yeah, doesn't this look fun already? Swinging pendulums of guillotininess. What's up? I think right here is a... No? I thought there was a hidden door. Oh, it might be further up. Yeah, okay, I think the hidden door is further up. Okay, so first off, let's go ahead and put on our longbow here, because this will help make our lives much easier. And if you look right above that chain right there, there is a enemy. We are going to kill that guy, because if we don't, he will be shooting stuff at us, and that's just not going to be great. And yeah, the pendulums do get in the way. So we hit this guy enough times. Oh look, he casts lightning too. Yeah, if we hit that guy enough times, he will eventually... Keyword there, eventually. Stagger enough, or be slightly knocked back enough to finally fall off the ledge here, and we don't have to deal with them. Or he just dies from arrow damage in general, which is also good. If you kill him now, you also don't have to deal with him slightly later in the level. Come on, there you go. That's what I like to see. Now, some of the enemies will not actually die from that fall, so you want to be a little careful. Because sometimes you'll be running around and all of a sudden you'll get somebody coming up to attack you that you thought was dead. And yeah, look, there are Titanite demons here. There's not just one in the area. I think there's like 4 or 5 actually. That's just the first one that you can see. I think this fall will actually kill us, so we want to be reasonably careful there. Okay, let's go here. Once you've been through this place a decent amount of times, it shouldn't be that bad, but it's still a reasonable pain in the ass. Okay, Great Soul Arrow does enough to kill me there. I think if we had started off with the Great Heavy Soul Arrow, we might have been fine, because he didn't seem to aggro on us right away. A good tactic for those guys is do a little bit of damage and then run back through the blades. And sometimes they won't be able to maneuver through properly, and they'll just die, which is great. I think I'm going to save my lightning for a little later, though. Yeah, this place can either be on your first time through, this place could be a massive pain. But once you know what's going on, you should be able to do reasonably well. I mean, yeah, it's still going to be a bit of a pain, but not that bad. And yeah, that guy, he almost died from that, but he decided to jump attack us, so that didn't work out quite as well. Okay, so our magic does reasonably well against these guys. Now, if I can go ahead and see how well Great Heavy does. If I can get him to not aggro, that'd be great. But yeah, they have extremely long-distance sleep attacks, as we saw there, for whatever reason. Well, that did plenty of damage. Okay, so you guys are dying reasonably easily. A lot of people have trouble with these guys in melee, since they seem to have a high amount of poise. I'm not sure how much, but it takes a good amount of hits to get them to stagger. And I just realized I gotta re-kill that dude. Dang it. Can we reach him from right here? I don't know. No, I think he's just hidden enough. Yeah, okay. So we gotta go right about here. You know, actually, let's see if we can't get this guy to come towards his death. He might run towards us, he might not. Okay, good. He's running towards us. We might be able to get him to kamikaze off the ledge here. Yeah, see, he doesn't pay attention, so it's great. But keep an eye on the souls there. He probably is going to survive that, so he's going to come back up a different path. And a lot of people, they knock him down there. They think, oh yeah, he died, so they don't check the souls. And it's fair enough that they didn't. But then he knows the way back up, so they're very surprised when all of a sudden they got to re-deal with him after they thought he already was out of the picture. I think these guys right here that I'm killing, they have slightly lower HP overall. I think these guys are... I'm not sure, but I think these ones that are throwing lightning at us are the female versions. Whereas this guy right here is a male version. Yeah, so the females are spellcasters. So that worked out great. The females are spellcasters and have less HP. The males are melee and have more HP. And this guy is still alive. I mean, I don't mind if we just chip down his health right now. That's fine. But I'd rather just get him out of the way. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Yeah, the pendulums are probably the easiest part to get through here. It's those lightning throwing females that are the real problem. Alright, lost power. Got it. And if we wanted to, we could actually fall down and take these guys. But I think there will actually be a better chance to do that later. I mean, yeah, we could do it now, since we are close to the entrance, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But, we'll live. I mean, I'll probably end up making a trip to that bonfire at some point anyways, so I'm not really terribly worried. Yeah, I think this is where that guy was hanging out at. Yeah, this is where he was. And this set of pendulums, or guillotines, or whatever you want to call them, are much closer together, so you have less room for error. And yeah, there's another plate here. So if you can get past this guy without killing him somehow, you can go ahead and just trigger that, and that'll usually do some damage to her. And our first treasure chest, large titanite shard. I think there was a treasure chest near the entrance that I might have missed, but if I did, we'll get it eventually. And there is that guy right there who is just kind of taking a nap. He's not bothering anybody, so let's just great heavy soul arrow him in the face. Goodbye. And apparently that's not quite enough to kill him. That was now let me see if I can't do this. I think if we I think if you have like a heavy weapon, you can actually do something to this wall, but our weapon is nowhere near heavy enough since our weapon is rather petite. So, okay. Enemy? Yeah, that guy is an enemy since he's just, you know, trying to kill us and all. And look, there's stairs that we can't get to. Oh well. Luckily, there is a path over here for us to take with this guy. And yeah, luckily he is not paying attention to situational awareness, so he gets clobbered by that boulder that otherwise would have clobbered us. So I appreciate this guy being a maroon. But yeah, that's their way of telling you, hey, there's more traps than just falling off the ledges and, you know, poison darts, or I don't think they're poison, but, you know, darts to watch out for. Let's stay here just a minute. And look, there's another little dude up there for us to worry about. So let's get reasonably close. There is a fog gate. Okay, you want to do that. I can see why. It's a very alluring process. Or thought. But goodbye. Let's get up here and jump off. Yay, look, there's an item. A shotell, which is capable of parrying if left in your, or put in your left hand. And look, it's Sigward or Sigmire, whichever Sig this is. I think there's a possibility of these two guys being alive. I'm not sure what triggers it though. I think after we talk to this guy, they might have a chance to be alive.
Oh ho! Ah, where did you come from? Splendid news, I tell you.
I'm kind of surprised he made it through all that traps and stuff, since his armor is rather bulky, and it would actually, with it being so bulky, it seems like it would be easier to get caught on the guillotines, but yeah, I guess not. I mean, I guess people have gone through this place with that armor, so I guess it's gonna fit.
Ah, so you see my sight. Yes, indeed. I've run up against a wall, or a ball to be precise. I'm afraid I'm a bit too tough to be outrunning those things. So here I sit in quite a pickle, but who knows? Perhaps we'll have another development.
I don't think he's saying that his armor is too bulky to be outrunning the balls. I think he's just saying he might be out of shape.
Perhaps I could try some rolling. Bah, no chance. My head would spin.
Well, you could try rolling, but also, I don't think you have the ability to medium or light roll. I think you'd be fat rolling in your armor, sir. I mean, nothing against you, you're cool beans, but yeah, I think you'd be fat rolling, so that would kind of suck. Okay, I think that's everything we need to do for him. So let's go ahead and continue forward past the big balls and see what we can do. Oh look, more balls of death. Now I think right here, this is kind of a tricky part to get up because of the slope, but okay, or not. I could have just lied. I'm going to play it as careful as I can here since I don't want to die as much as possible. There, and yeah, we should be able to mad dash up here. Alright, cool, what do we got? All sorts of good stuff. And by all sorts of good stuff, I mean a treasure chest. What do we got? We have Ring of Steel Protection, which just raises defense by, I think, 50 points. And I think that's all that's in this particular room now that I'm thinking about it. There is like 1 or 2 hidden doors here, but it's not very many. I think if we're up here, we're safe from the ball. Okay, so the fog door is our progression. You know, we're actually going to get... Well, I don't want to jinx it, but it seems like we might actually get through this place in a timely manner. Who would have thunk it? Oh, look. There's a chain with an elevator, and that elevator appeared to have lots and lots of blood. And there's also a pressure plate. And apparently somebody says they are lying in ambush. Okay, I didn't realize that the pressure plate was that way. But fair enough. I forget if these guys have a grab attack, but I think that might be it right there. That lunging bite. Oh, did you guys drop anything? I just saw something. I thought it was him dropping something, but I guess it was just his souls leaving his body. Okay. So we survived that part. And look, there's more balls. I think... I'm not entirely sure, but I think that, let me see. Will the ball come back down here again? Yeah. I think what happens is somebody tested it, and I think this general area where that switch is happens to be a trigger point that will automatically trigger those balls moving or getting moved to over here, and we'll see what I mean by moved momentarily. Let's make a mad dash for it. Run, 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 run. Yeah, run as soon as that ball goes through, and then just die, and I'll meet you guys back here. Okay, turns out there was an item that I missed right at the entrance. I guess I somehow just didn't notice it. A soul, yay. Anyways, I'll meet you guys back there. Alrighty, we're back in the same general location here. I actually had an interesting run back. For some reason, the guy that was on the main walkway, he was already fallen off the cliff. I don't know how many souls I had there, but whatever. He was already fallen off the cliff and on his way back up to me, so that was pretty funny. And the reason why I was standing out there so casually was that the ball wasn't rolling down there. Also, the enemy that's waiting out there that shows you that the ball is there, he wasn't there either. And the guys down by Sig whatever were already dead. So that was kind of odd. But okay, I'll meet you guys back again. This time, hopefully the ball doesn't screw me over. I think what happened is I ran to that room with the trap, and the invisible triggered it to go back that direction. But we'll see what we mean. We'll see what I mean eventually. Alright, made it back. And I just realized something. Since we're past the part where we're going to fall into the bad footing, I'm going to go ahead and put the evil eye back on for the extra HP gain from enemies here. I mean, yeah, we'll eventually go back to that area, but for now I think we should be fine. And everything was much more, or slightly better this time. Like, that one guy was actually in his spot, and not somewhere else. I guess that guy that gets hit by the boulder the first time, he wasn't there again. So he might just not be there at all. Can I hide in the corner here? I don't know. I cannot. Oh, okay, so I see exactly what I gotta do past here. I just gotta sprint like a madman. Okay, I'm gonna try to get up there one more time, and I'll be right back. Okay, I prefer not to die here again, so I don't know if this is going to make a difference, but I'm going to put the Grass Crest shield on for the extra stamina regen. And again, I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference, but let's get under 25% weight, so 12, 24, 36, weight. We got to get under 20, or under 12, so let's just go naked. I don't know if that'll actually help the run speed. It'll make us look uglier, that's for sure. But it might. And I'm willing to take a shot. Run, 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 run. Got it. Okay. Whew. Okay. We barely made it. I can put my clothes back on. Nobody wants to see this beef jerky looking bozo here, that's for sure. I don't remember which pants I had on. Or not pants. What did I have on? I had... Was it the leather gloves or the... I don't remember. I think the Shadow Gauntlets will be fine either way. Okay, there we go. Alright. So, now that we are here in this room, with that, we can see exactly what is happening here. A boulder gets dropped in from up there, and that peg kicks it off. However, if we go around here and push this lever, it'll change which of these ones will activate it. So that'll be very helpful. I think we want it to go down to this one right here, because this is where, yeah, this is where that one guy was leaning up against the wall. Whereas this direction is... Oh yeah, that's actually another good direction, because that's just an empty space, so that's really nice right there. But first, let's go ahead and just get it down that other path real fast. And I think that'll be fine. And yeah, that should break a wall down there. I don't know if we actually have to go down there and see it, but that should have broken it. So let's go check real fast. Yeah, that tore a hole in the wall right there. Unfortunately, if we go through there, the end result is going to be having to deal with the boulders again, simply for the fact that we'll trigger the changing in that other room. But screw it, let's do it anyways, because there is some good stuff over here. Not that we can do a whole lot with what's over here at the moment, but eventually we will be able to. Oh look, it's a guy with a big hat. Weren't they looking for a guy called Big Hat Logan? Spoiler alert, that's him. Yeah, okay, we need the cage key. There is a key in here, it's called the cage key, and eventually that will let us get to that item and to Master Logan there. Why we can't just reach through the bars and, you know, toggle like we do with all sorts of other stuff, I don't know. I think this right here might be a shortcut. Kind of like in Demon Souls. Or it might be the one that Logan is in, and then it'll open up later. Or it could be one of these, or it could be none of them. I know there is a cage shortcut somewhere in the level. I'm just not sure if it's these ones, or a different one, or the one that he's in. Anyways, let's talk to him and then be finished for now.
You seem quite lucid. A rare thing in these times. I am Logan. I'm a bit cooped up, as you can see. I have a bright idea. Suppose you set me free. I'm old and empty-handed, but I could repay you with knowledge and sorcery. This place is melting my mind. The inactivity is repressive.
Gee, what a novel concept. I never would have thought to rescue someone locked in a cage in a giant fortress of death traps. You know, something I just thought about with all these guys that we've been rescuing, like him and, well, I guess the other guys were just kind of trapped in a room until we opened the door. But why don't we just give these guys one of our spare homeward bones? Because I'm pretty sure you can still use it when you're in a cage, and that'll just teleport you to the bonfire somewhere. Like, I think it even says in the description that it warped the homegoing properties to bonfires here in Ordrin. No. I thought I said that somewhere, but either way, yeah. it'll make them go to a bonfire, and we don't have to find the key, and then they can just beat us at Firelink, and yay! But, oh well. Can I not talk to you again? Okay, I guess he just told us to rescue him, and that was it. I guess he's going to have more dialogue once we find him later, which will may or may not find the key next episode. So guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys then. Have a good night.